Okay folks, this is going to be kind of a cool video. Take a look at the brochure from back in 1986. Got reservations for my son and I on 9/29. They were $80 a piece, $160 total. And right here it tells about the Guardian of Freedom. Yep, the B-25 Mitchell bomber. I'm going to show you a video that I took on this day, 9/29/1986, using a quite a heavy-duty shoulder-mounted, if you would, Shannon VHS recorder with a fully charged battery. I had a really good VHS tape and took it aboard and made a little video. There was another fellow that had his son that was about the same age as my son that was there and rode back there with us. And then there was another fellow also that was started out riding in the tail gunner's position. You'll see us taking turns going back there in the video that I shot from the tail gunner's position. And of course the takeoff and landings and so forth. You'll see them walking through the props, getting the oil up into the mechanisms before they fire up the engines and so forth. It's quite interesting. Excuse me. There was a lady who was a retired TWA stewardess and was a Rosie the Riveter during World War II. She was aboard, and also their crew chief, and he rode there in the back as well in the waist gunner's positions. And you'll see that. The next day I did not bring my camera with me at all, and they for $180 if you had your logbook and were pilot qualified for small planes and so forth. And I was pilot in training at the time with full IFR going on and all of my my takeoffs and landings and cross countries, day and night, the whole thing. And Colonel Lamont, the owner of the plane, he says, "Come on aboard, let's do it." So during one of their flights, of course, you go up and there's other passengers, just like we did the day before. And after they go wheels up and you're climbing out, he passes the controls of the plane over to you, and you get to fly the whole entire flight. He just gives you altitudes and directions, and you just fly VFR about 3,000 feet, and he works the throttles and you do everything else. And it's really, really cool. And then at the end, it's a little over an hour flight. He signs your logbook as an hour pilot in command of a B-25. Pretty cool. Let's go take a look at this video. I am making a video of my video. It's mine. I think you'll be able to tell. I'll be right back. And again, this is VHS shot decades ago.
Jerry.
Little fellow there with the green pants, he's about 42 years old right now. They're walking the propellers through. If you don't watch it, you'll get oil on you. Right there was the stewardess that just walked by, Rosie the Riveter. The fellow with the leather coat, the brown leather coat, he's the crew chief. Everybody else are passengers. There's the Guardian of Freedom. The fellow right there in the blue jacket and the sunglasses, without the hat, he's going to fly the plane like I did the next day.
pound engines they do that with. There's only a few exceptions, and that's some of the seaplanes and that.
There's the guy that flew it.
Well, the mix is. It's all done. Well, no, the bombardier is the.
That's Colonel Lamont. He's passed away now, years ago. They're starting to board the plane. Now we're already boarded in the back at this point. I'm looking over the top of the bomb bay up at the cockpit.
Yes.
Now we're going to get all strapped in. They have now we're out on the runway, and I believe we're rolling. Oh yeah, we're rolling right now. This is what it looks like to take off in a B-25 in the starboard side waist gunner's position. We're climbing out now. You'll probably see the wheels go up and the flaps go up. I haven't watched this video in a long time. Now we're bouncing along and I've got a camera on my shoulder. A big old lens with a VHS tape in it. That's my boy right there with the yellow headsets. That's the first time he's ever been in an airplane. So his first ride in an airplane was in a World War II B-25 bomber. Now he's making a turn. Now you could get up and move around. A couple of seconds here, I'm going to move into the tail. And I'll start taking video out of the tail gunner's position. Now that's looking back at the tail from the port side or left-hand side of the aircraft, looking out of the waist gunner's position back towards Battle Creek. Now I'm in the tail right now. I've climbed back in there. This will stabilize. Now there I'm looking at the tail itself. It was bumpy. It was like a roller coaster back there. In war, you'd be manning twin 50 caliber machine guns right there, shooting at planes coming right straight at you from behind. That's looking at a Marshall, and that's I-94 looking westbound. That's looking back down. Now I've made the transition back in. Now we're turning over Battle Creek. We're coming back in for the landing. That's another guy sitting back there on that little stool in the tail gunner's position. And you can see how you can climb back in there. he's having a ride. It's a wonder that they don't bounce you up and down off the floor. But it was fun. But man, what a heck of a place to have to ride in combat and go through what they went through back there. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Really something. Now, of course, in combat, those would be open. I'm looking over the top. See the fella flying it and the co-pilot? Well, the pilot's Lamont. The fella right there, he's flying the plane. I did that the next day. There's another passenger sitting right behind him that transitions down from the radio operator into the bombardier's position in the nose of the plane. One rides as they take off halfway through the flight and transitions to the second guy, goes up in there for the remainder of the flight and the landing. Those were $100 positions to do that, and then $180 to fly it if you had a logbook and a medical and the whole thing. That guy that's flying it right now is a twin-engine commercial pilot, jet rated. So he didn't have any problem. Try to get as many shots of my son as I could. Like I mentioned, it's not only his first flight in any kind of an airplane, anything, but this is really cool because these planes are not long and they won't be giving flights anymore. Insurance is already through the ceiling for these companies to give these flights like this. And to maintain these aircraft, they'll still fly them at air shows, but to actually, give paid rides in them and so forth, I think those days aren't too many left. Of course, again, I was using a VHS chin-on recorder. There's I-94 going right through the south part of Battle Creek. My son's surprised because he can see the color change in the water. First time he's ever seen that. You can see the structure on the bottom of Gognak Lake. And he was very surprised. Now we're wheels down. We're going over the north part of Battle Creek. We're going to pass over the top of the cemetery and then in for the landing. And I tried my very best to hold the camera very still. You can see the airport right over here on the top of the frame. You can see the runways, okay, coming right in. You'll hear the backfire of the engines as Colonel Lamont throttles them back. You can see the flaps have dropped. And let's listen for the wheels to squawk when they touch down. Really bumpy. There's a squawk. Just about lost the camera. Full flaps.
We're on the ground. Good landing. That was a good landing, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, we survived it. It's a good landing.
Is it really? Not every little boy could ride in a bomber. You gotta get out of it. There's a yellow camera here. There.
Does it turn around and give everybody gifts?
Yes, everyone has a camera. Thank you, Beth.
Good flight there, Colonel. All right. Yeah, that's great. Here comes our bombardier, huh? Looks like the Bill and tell him you already were in.
I already saw them.
Did you really? Well, now you know what it's like to be in a bomber. Right? Looks like
His
that-
first flight.
Back.
All right. Well, there you go. A little bit of history there from actually decades ago now. Hard to believe. Little fella right there. Grown man, very successful. Certainly. It was a wonderful time doing this. And I'm glad to be able to bring this to you here this evening. And thanks again for subscribing, watching my videos. Fast Eddie's Adventures. We'll look for another one the next couple of days. Have a great and safe evening. We'll see you in the next one.